When it comes to Hollywood blondes, Farrah Fawcett readily comes to mind. Best remembered for her landmark role in Charlie'ज़ Angels, this American actress was the girl next door of the 1970s and 80s, famous for her pin-up status and her signature hairstyle. Behind her big roles and big hair, however, Fawcett's life was less than a salon perfect. So gear up to these 10 amazing facts everyone should know about Farrah Fawcett. And just before we begin, make sure you watch this video to the end and hit the subscribe button for 7 years of great luck ahead. And don't forget to leave a comment "I subscribed" and we'll do our best to reply to your comment. Number 10. Her name was made up. Born Lenny Fawcett on February 2nd, 1947 in Corpus Christi, Texas, Fawcett was the younger of Pauline Alice Fawcett, a homemaker, and James William Fawcett, an oil field contractor. Fawcett once said the name Farrah was made up by her mother because it went well with her last name, Fawcett. Number 9. First to win 10 most beautiful Coeds on campus. In her freshman year of college, she was named one of the 10 most beautiful Coeds on campus, and it was the first time that a freshman had been chosen for the honor. Her photos were sent to various agencies in Hollywood, where she was noticed by a Hollywood agent, David Marish, who urged her to come to Los Angeles. She turned the offer down, but he continued for the next 2 years. Finally, in the summer of 1968, Fawcett moved to Los Angeles, initially staying at the Hollywood Studio Club with her parents' permission to try her luck in the entertainment industry in age 21. Number 8. She had the best-selling poster in history. In 1976, ProArts Incorporated pitched the idea of a poster of Fawcett to her agent. Photographer Bruce McBroom was snapping promotional shots for ABC at the time, and knew Fawcett through her husband, Lee Majors, star of The $6 Million Man. ProArts had requested a bikini, according to McBroom, but Fawcett wasn't crazy about wearing one. She tried on several one-piece suits before settling on the red one. Fawcett did her own hair and her makeup without the aid of a mirror, heightening her blonde highlights further by a squeeze of lemon juice, which was not that far off from a selfie. Fawcett selected her 6 favorite pictures from 40 rolls of film, and the choice was eventually narrowed to the one that made her famous. The resulting image of Fawcett in a one-piece red bathing suit is the best-selling poster in history. The poster flew off the shelves from the start and went on to sell more than 12 million copies. Number 7. Angel in Disguise. Due to the popularity of her poster, Fawcett earned a supporting role in one of Michael Anderson's 1976 science fiction film Logan's Run, and was eventually chosen to play Jill Monroe in the made-for-TV movie Charlie'ज़ Angels, a movie of the week which aired on March 21, 1976 on ABC. The program quickly earned a huge following, leading the network to air it a second time and approve production for a series. The Charlie'ज़ Angels series was formally debuted on September 22, 1976. Each of the 3 actresses was propelled to stardom, but Fawcett dominated popularity polls and was soon proclaimed a phenomenon. Number 6. She made more money from poster than from Charlie'ज़ Angels. Fawcett's appearance on the television show boosted the sales of her poster, and she earned far more in royalties from poster sales than her salary for appearing in Charlie'ज़ Angels. The poster sold for about $3 a pop. In a matter of months, ProArts raked in $6 million in sales from the poster. A good chunk of the profits, $400,000, about 40%, went to Fawcett herself. Compare that to the $5,000 per episode she was making for Charlie'ज़ Angels. No wonder she felt empowered to leave the series after a single season. Furthermore, the layered hairstyle that she sported soon became an international trend and predominated among American women's hairstyles well into the 1980s that a Farrah Fawcett shampoo was launched. Number 6. The sudden exit. Despite a 5-year deal, Fawcett decided to quit Charlie'ज़ Angels in the spring of 1977 after only 1 season. The show's producers offered Farrah a more flexible schedule and more money, but she declined, prompting a $7 million lawsuit. After a series of legal battles over her contract with ABC, Cheryl Ladd eventually succeeded her on the show, portraying Jill Monroe's younger sister, Chris Monroe. Over the years, numerous explanations were offered for Fawcett's sudden withdrawal from the show. Because her husband, Lee Majors, was the star of an established television show himself, the strain on her marriage due to filming schedules that kept them apart for long periods of time was frequently cited. But her ambition to broaden her acting abilities in films has also been given as an explanation. Number 5. She left Lee Majors for Ruan O'Neal. Fawcett began dating Lee Majors in the late 1960s, and both got married from 1973 to 1982, although the couple separated in 1979. While together, they had no children, and despite their separation, she used the name Farrah Fawcett Majors in her screen credits. Lee seems to have brought this on himself, as he was reportedly said to have invited Ruan O'Neal to his home to play racquetball and then told O'Neill, a notorious Don Juan, to take his wife out while he was away shooting a movie in Canada. Just as you may have imagined, Fawcett became romantically involved with actor Ruan O'Neill, and her marriage to the $6 million man ended. In 1994, Fawcett told TV Guide that their relationship had some troubles, which eventually came to an end after she caught him in bed with actress Leslie Stephenson in 1997. Fawcett and O'Neill, however, rekindled their relationship in 2001. On June 22, 2009, the Los Angeles Times and Reuters reported that Ruan O'Neill had said that Fawcett had agreed to marry him as soon as she felt strong enough. The two had a son named Redmond James Fawcett O'Neill and remained together until she died. Number 4. The struggle with addiction. Fawcett's only child, Redmond James Fawcett O'Neill, has struggled with drug addiction for most of his adult life, and in 2008, Redmond and his father, Ruan O'Neill, were arrested for drug possession in their Malibu home. In April 2009, Redmond was on probation for driving under the influence when he was arrested for possession of narcotics. Fawcett was in the hospital at the time. In 2015, his probation was revoked, and he was sentenced to 3 years in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. In 2018, he was arrested and charged with attempted murder, robbery, assault, and drug possession after he allegedly tried to rob a convenience store in Santa Monica. From jail, he blamed his struggle on his parents, saying, "It wasn't drugs that have been a problem. It's the psychological trauma of my entire life. My whole life experiences have affected me the most." Number 3. End of life. Fawcett was diagnosed with anal cancer in 2006 and began treatment that included chemotherapy and surgery. 4 months later, on February 2, 2007, her 60th birthday, the Associated Press reported that Fawcett was at that point cancer-free. However, in May 2007, Fawcett experienced a resurgence and was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that had metastasized to her liver, with a 5-year survival rate of less than 20%. Number 2. Her death was overshadowed. Wondering why much wasn't heard about Farrah Fawcett's death? Here's why. After a 3-year battle, Farrah succumbed to colorectal cancer on June 25, 2009 at the age of 62 at about 9:28 a.m. at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. News of her death was largely overshadowed by media coverage of the death of music icon and king of pop Michael Jackson, which occurred 5 hours later on the same day at the age of 50. A private funeral was held in Los Angeles on June 30, 2009, and Farrah's son Redmond, who was incarcerated on drug charges at the time, was allowed to leave his California detention center to attend the funeral service, where he gave the first reading. Fawcett was interred at Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles, next to Rodney Dangerfield. Number 1. She was excluded from the In Memoriam Montage. In March 2010, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences upset family and friends of Fawcett when she was excluded from the In Memoriam Montage at the 82nd Academy Awards ceremony. The inclusion of Michael Jackson in the montage, though he wasn't primarily known for his film roles, only added to the controversy. Friends and colleagues of Fawcett, including Ryan and Tatum O'Neill, Jane Fonda, and film critic Roger Ebert, publicly expressed their outrage at the oversight. AMPAS Executive Director Bruce Davis, however, noted that Fawcett had been recognized for her remarkable television work at the 61st Primetime Emmy Awards in September 2009. Though Fawcett didn't make it to the height of her career, she remained an amazing woman, with simple roots that took on challenges that others wouldn't try. What's your favorite fact on the list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button for more of our celebrity videos.